Hello, beautiful souls. This is Vinita Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys in this week's pep talk and empowerment. Twin flames and 5D experiences. It's a topic that I actually talked about similar anyway in my earlier videos when I actually started the channel. So you can actually look at that topic as well to just gain insights. I may repeat a few things from there. I didn't actually look at the video to just know what I have actually talked about, but this is an additional video to that, or it should be, regarding twin flames and just what you encounter on the 5D and what it actually means. We will dive deep into this topic, but before we actually begin, show reels. And welcome back. For those that are new to this channel, welcome. Please do not forget to hit like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any future videos. I have a lot of content in this channel and there's more coming. It's a matter of just getting the time to film them and put it out there, but it's coming. There's more stuff coming in this channel, so stay tuned for those. I also want to add that if you want to book any private sessions with me, be it reading, coaching sessions, or any physical healing or any kind of healing, spiritual healing, you can do so as well. Link is in the description box. You can purchase and book directly from my website. Having said that, let's dive deep into this aspect of the topic that I have, which is twin flames and 5D experiences. What is all of this? This is the hype that you hear all the time, and for some of you, you have been in this journey a long time, so you do understand the aspects of the 5D experiences that you get. But I'm gonna actually go over it a little bit more, just to give you guys a little bit better knowledge on it. That's again my job anyways, right? To simplify things for you guys so that your journey is much simpler. Now, having said that, I just want to say that this is the only connection. I mean, people may beg to differ this, but the things that you actually experience with your twin flame, you're not going to actually ever experience that on any other level with anybody else. It's because you are them, they are you. That's just the end of story there. You've had lots of histories with them, and this is not your first rodeo that you've actually encountered with them. You've had many lifetimes with them. They are not somebody that you're going to hide or not have a very good job of hiding from energetically, vibrationally, because they know you, you know them, right? Anybody that tells you anything otherwise outside of that combination, they don't know what they're talking about. So you guys should be really, really mindful of this aspect and be careful who you listen to, because at the end of the day, it has to make sense to you. That is the number one takeaway from today's lesson, would be to just be mindful of that aspect. Nobody else will understand your twin flame connection that you have with them, out they with you, other than you two. This is the way it works. Whether in physical reality they have different kind of behavioral patterns that they have, they're ghosting you, they don't want to talk to you, and all those kind of things that happen with the journey, it's still the case where you guys are always connected. Everything is energy. We already know that. At least if you've watched any of my videos, you would know that I talk about that all the time. We are always connected to everything. We are one with the universe. The universe is always vibrating. It's always moving. So is energy, right? It's not any different. So in that energetic connection that you have with your twin flame, you definitely will feel everything that is going on with them, and they will feel it, everything that is going on with you. So having said that, this is just a little blip of just what you have with your twin flame. And the reason why I decided to highlight that point is because it will then really, really hit home some of the topics that I have within this topic as to why you are experiencing certain things that you are. You, like I said, you wouldn't be experiencing this with your aunts and uncles and your parents. None of that stuff will actually be the case, right? It's only with your twin flame. So what is the 5D experience that people talk about? First of all, I want to add here that I wrote this article a long time ago in my website, so you guys can actually have a look at that one. Maybe just on the search bar on my website, you can just type in 5D, something like that, and a bunch of articles will pop. And there is one article where I did actually talk about what's the difference between 3D, 4D, and 5D. Don't know exactly what the topic says. I've written out a lot of blogs already, so you just have to search it there. You'll be able to find it. And there in that article, I did mention that despite the typical belief, right, that is out there in their social media, the manifesting community, the 3D experience or this or that, right? In 3D it's happening this or that, or don't focus on the 3D, that kind of stuff. Well, I have news for you. Those are all just the way that it's been taught, but in actuality, your 3D, 5D, 4D, these are all just your consciousness. That's all that is. And what this means is they're all different states that you actually dwell on during the course of your time here, right? A lot of times you can even say that, your 3D experiences is just your current state, right? Your current state where ego is present and it's giving you, what they think is appropriate for you for that time. In a nutshell, if that makes sense, you are everything that's pushed out. So things that are happening within you, it's gonna get pushed out in the physical reality through people and things. I actually talk about that a lot too. It's because that's, if you start looking at things through that point of view, you will see that that's very, very it's very, very common for everything that you're experiencing. So this is why I say that these are simply just states. They are not 3Ds here and then the 5D somewhere in heavens, and you're experiencing 1D in hell. There's no such thing, right? So, or 3D is hell, and up there somewhere is heaven. It's just all your consciousness. Everything is consciousness. It's just your state where you are. So the best way that I can explain to you guys in a simplest term is that depending on what your inner reality is regarding your self-concept, how you view things, people, and the world, is going to get pushed out to you in their physical reality through everything else. That includes your twin flame as well. So if there's any certain behavior that they're putting out there for you, chances are that this is a reflection from within, where you need to fix some of your self-concept or something that you need to heal on. And this is why it's being portrayed by your twin flame. I'm currently working on that article. I had some health issues, as you guys know, some of my regular viewers, so I couldn't type all that well. I still had nerve issues, so it's gotten so much better now. So I'm starting to now pound on that article. So yeah, it'll get released fairly soon. Yes, typing stuff I couldn't do much, so I could do more YouTube stuff than that. So some of my articles got pushed behind, but they are all coming. So So now you guys understand that 3D is your current state. It's the way that I can understand it myself based on everything that is being shown to you through the mirror effect. You being the 3D coming out to you through a mirror of within, right? When you look at yourself in the mirror, you see your reflection. So that is a reflection of what's happening inside. So this is the only connection where it really, really comes down to, and this is why I don't like how twin flames are, portrayed as being toxic and this and that, and the behavior and all those narcissism and narcissistic behavior, all those kind of things that people label, including maybe even you as a viewer regarding your own twin flame. What I'm trying to say is that these are all just a reflection of what's happening inside. So you have to actually look at what's happening there. Why do you feel this way? And this is another reason why I always tell people to just make sure that you are mindful of who you are getting this kind of information from. So yeah, that's your 3D reality of that state. Again, if you know anything about states, you know that you can shift into different states throughout the day, right? So, and that's why there's no such thing as 5D somewhere in heaven and 3D is somewhere here in earth. These are all just your consciousness. 4D is where you see signs and things. You can actually also channel some messages that come really quickly to you throughout your day. So that is all part of the 4D experience. Again, it is still a state. It's not like you are somewhere out there traveling, right? It doesn't work that way. And then again, this is another aspect of the 5D, which is the heaven on earth that people talk about, right? That's the heaven on earth is not heaven being up there and earth here. It's bringing your heaven into your present state. So this is why I'm going to be mentioning states a lot, just so that you guys can understand what I'm saying when it comes to different states. So living in the 5D is when you are vibrating at a very high frequency, right? You'll find that you are just in a bliss state. There's lots of things that are happening for you. You are manifesting at a very lightning speed. You see your outlook in life in a very positive way. Even if there's negativity around, you'll always find another aspect of that negativity into something positive. So that's just how your thoughts and your process, how you process things, right? There's always going to be tragedy around you, but how you actually navigate that is how you're living that 5D experience. So those are just all the parts of reality that you face. So how does this change when it comes to your twin flame? So we're going to actually look at that part now. I just wanted to go more detailed on this aspect, just so that when I'm explaining the other aspects, you guys can actually understand. So when you guys are telling your friends or your family or even your healers that I've had an encounter with my twin flame, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship you have with your twin flame. It doesn't matter whether your twin flame is ghosting you, doesn't want to talk to you, haven't talked to them in years, or let's just say that your twin flame has passed on. You realize that they are not in embodiment and they are channeling via spiritually through you, right? You are here and they are not in a body, right? They're just in spirit form. It could be also times where you have not met your twin flame, right? A lot of you guys haven't met them, but you actually feel very, very connected to them energetically. So these are all part of the 5D experience. The reason why. Now I'm going to go into that, because when you are in the 5D state, you've actually more tuned in with your subconscious mind as opposed to your conscious mind. You know, the conscious mind is the ego part, the gatekeeper that wants to keep you safe, right? It's primarily, its function is to keep you safe. Whatever safe means to your ego, they will do a very good job to make sure that is the case, right? The subconscious mind is your higher self. Some people call it God, somebody even calls it higher self, whatever you want, right? That is that part. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. It's always awake. In fact, it never dies. That is the soul part of you, right? You know, the ego part is where you give up your life, you know, that kind of stuff, right? Like that's part of you, you know, living in the body part of you. But the spirit part of you is the subconscious mind. So when you guys are dealing with your twin flame in 5D, you're actually dealing with your subconscious mind, your higher self, and you are dealing with their subconscious mind, their higher self. Because you guys are twin flame, you are never ever separated. It doesn't matter in one state, which is the 3D reality, you know, that's what people say, right? You guys are in a separation, but you guys are never fully separated. And that's what you experience as a twin flame with your twin flame. Now, there's ways that it happens. We will look at that part. Hopefully I haven't confused you guys. Let me know if this video has been informative, because that's the whole idea, not to confuse you guys more than what you already are feeling, right? Another way that your twin flame will communicate with you, there's many ways that they come to you, and I'm going to actually break it down in some of these ways that it shows up to you. So just the next time when you are dealing with your twin flame, you can, you know, just know, okay, this is 5D experience, and as opposed to, because it's so confusing when in physical reality or in 3D state, they, you know, they behave so badly. And then when it comes to the 5D experience, you know, they're somebody else, right? But it's all them, right? It's not like that they are separated from, you know, each or that aspect. It's just that, you know, it's a whole package deal, right? You are that package deal as well. So a lot of times, you know, your subconscious mind is definitely riding the chariot. Your ego mind sleeps, which is the conscious mind, when you go to sleep. So your subconscious mind, like I said, then is more in charge. Remember, your subconscious mind is always in charge and never sleeps, but the ego overrides a lot of that stuff because it's what it's supposed to do. It's designed that way to keep you safe. So when you're asleep, then your subconscious mind is more active. And this is why some of you can, you know, have lots of dreams, insights. You can have your twin flames come into your dream. And that is very common. Very common to have your twin flame visit you there, because their ego is out of the way, your ego is out of the way, and you guys are actually in oneness with each other. So this is where the guard is down and the higher selves are at play, and you know, you encounter all sorts of things like that. Hopefully a lot of you can remember your dreams, and if you can, and you know, keep a dream journal to you know, just you know, record some of the insights that you have with your twin flame, because sometimes it's messages that they're telling you regarding what you need to heal on, what you need to work on, you know, some of the blocks, right? That kind of thing. So it's not a bad idea to try to decipher your dream messages. Another way that they may show up is through meditations. And the reason why you are experiencing these kind of you know, encounters with them, and one thing I do want to say is, let me know through, your experience in the comments if this is very typical. See, the thing is that during dreams, meditations, in any time you are induced into into a meditative state, or you could say, like that hallucination state, right? The hypnotic state. During that time, you will find that, because your guard is down, then you will actually not only, first of all, you'll recognize their energy so fast. It's them. And the reason that is because, like I said, you guys are always connected. There's no such thing as never being connected with them, right? So you will recognize their energy, and sometimes you will also find that they could show up to you. Even though you recognize their energy, they will still show up in a different form, or they can come to you through a family member, or a friend, right? It could be many ways that they will show up. And the thing is that your clear knowing on the fact that it's them should be the indication that that's what it is. Another explanation of that I want to put out here is that you had lots of history with your twin flame. There's many lifetimes that you've had with your twin flame. So what that means is that you will actually see them in different like avatars, right? You'll see them in different light. So that's very, very common as well. It's very fascinating to even see that. I know that with my twin flame, I don't know how this happens. I'm going to assume that it's because of the many lifetimes that I've had with him. He is one person, but I've seen him in different avatars, even in 3D physical reality. Like, he could be this person, and then for whatever reason, then another time I see him as something else. And he's the only person in this entire earth that I know of that can change looks, like, and it's still him, if this makes sense. So let me know if this actually makes sense to you guys, or if there's something that's very similar to your experience, because he has a certain look. And then there's like other times when I've seen, different looks, right? It's just so confusing. I don't know how that happens. I mean, I don't know if I have the same situation where he feels this way, that every picture or every video I look different, right? So I don't know. I'm just saying that because it's something that I've noticed. So I just want to say that, your higher self will show you these kind of clues that you've had many history, many lifetimes with them. You have lots of history with them. So, don't put that aspect aside, because I think that's part of it. So yeah, you encounter them through meditations, and then you also will have out-of-body experience with them. This is where you can actually, see them in your space through remotely, meaning that they would have come into your space, or you could have been in a meditation and then you find that you are in their space where you're actually looking at them, right? So it's happens, and I don't know how to explain it. It's something that either you've experienced or not, that differs for everybody, but this is just one of those things that do happen to a lot of twin flames as well. And then another aspect is when you are channeling messages, right? A lot of you, it's just not just one person that I've talked to now over the years. Many of you have got insights from your twin flame, whether you are in a dream state or whether you are in a meditation, or whether you are healing, with a healer, or whether you're just going to your day-to-day stuff that you're doing conscious and you just suddenly get a message from them. And the reason why that happens is because you guys are telepathically really connected. Your thoughts do go to them and their thoughts do come to you. So this is where I mention that part, because it's important to know that aspect, because I don't know any twin flame that has not received messages from their twin flame in some shape or form or the other. So that is important to understand as well. And then, of course, when you are induced in a hypnotic state, when you are actually healing with healers, or, just doing some of your own healing, self-healing, you'll find the reason why you can channel or be with your twin flame is because, you're on a relaxed state. Your ego is not being a gatekeeper, right? It's allowing you to look at the frequency or experience different frequencies. You'll notice that when your chakras are open during that time, you'll see like vortex of colors come in, and there's going to be a very, very particular color that will show up when it comes to your twin flame. With me personally, I know when my twin flame is present is when I see hues of pink and orange. Like that's kind of that fluffy colors that I see, a little bit of yellow in there, and that's when I actually know that that's his frequency. Usually is like a magenta color, and then it'll go into like a pink, it'll go into an orange, right? That's when I know that that's him. So it's going to be different, of course, for your connection. That's just mine, and I know that I've connected to him on our 5D level. So yeah, let me know if this part makes sense to some of you, if you've experienced that, because it's always a good idea to tell your viewers, my viewers, or just share your experiences in the comments, because a lot of people like to check out the comments and see if there's something that they are experiencing that's similar to others, right? So I mean, we are all here as trying to learn everything and heal, right? A lot of you also find that when you are with your twin flame in this kind of energetic relationship, I'm not talking about you dating them or you're married to them, that sort of thing. That's everybody has all those, but this kind of experience that you have with your twin flame is, of course, the energetic physical relationship that I'm talking about, right? That's the sexual relationship, the how you reach some of the orgasmic experiences, that kind of stuff. And the reason why some of you feel this way or are in that situation is because when it comes to twin flames, because of the connection that you share with them, it doesn't mean that you cannot experience some of those things that you experience in a relationship with somebody else, right? So what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to twin flames, it transcends beyond space, time, and physical reality, right? So some of you don't feel like that you are in any less of a relationship with them, because you know that you actually have a really good relationship with them, and it's very fulfilling in that sense, where you don't feel like even being in a relationship with anybody else. Only twin flames will understand what I mean on this, because again, not everybody can experience something like that in a soul connection. Twin flames, yes, for sure. So that is another thing that is very, very common that happens, where twin flames will feel that they're already in a very good relationship with their twin flame, and they're physical aspects are satisfied, and they don't need to look at anybody else or anything else outside of that. So, and the reason why, again, this is the case is because your higher selves are still in oneness. It's never ever changed. No matter what has happened in your connection, this is an aspect that's always, always the truth, right? You can test this aspect in your connection. I'm pretty sure that you know what I'm talking about. You, no matter how much you try to, ignore them and do your thing, the reason why you don't feel disconnected with them in any way is because you are always in oneness with them. A lot of you have also tried to cut cords with them so that you are not so energetically connected, or if they're bothering you so much energetically, you don't feel like I'm done, that kind of stuff. But you already know that's not the case. You can never ever cut cords with them. You can cut cords with just about anybody. Twin flames, definitely not. And I don't have to explain you why. I've already given you all the insights, and this is why connecting with your twin flame in 5D is something that you cannot even try to stop. It's not something that you can control. It's either there or not. So having said that, this was my little recap on this video, and yes, do check out that video as well. I'll try to link that video into the description box so that you guys can click on it. It's easier to find. But yeah, let me know how this little blip on 5D experiences with your twin flame, how informative it was for you. Stay blessed, and you know that now 5D is an experience that you are bound to encounter no matter what.